I am JVN Dr. Anamika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology. Today I am going to take the lecture on the subject data warehousing and mining. And the topic is data mining task. These are the following topics which I have covered in this lecture. First is data mining task, summarization, classification, association, clustering, and trend analysis. Now, what is data mining? Data mining is the core part of the knowledge discovery database processes. The KDD processes may consist of the following steps: data collection, data cleaning, data transformation, pattern searching, and finding presentations, finding interpretation, and finding evaluation. Data mining and KDD are often used interchangeably because data mining is the key to the KDD process. Now the next is data mining task. Data mining activities are very complex and distinct as there are many trends in a wide database. To find different types of patterns, different methods and techniques are required. Based on the trends we are searching for, data mining task can be divided into description, grouping, clustering, association, and trend analysis. Data mining task is shown in figure. This first is summarization. Summarization is the description or generalization of data. A collection of task relevant data is condensed and the result in a smaller collection which gives a general overview of the data, typically with aggregated information. For example, long distance customer calls can be summed up in total minutes, total cost, total calls, and so on. Such high level abstract information is provided to the sales manager for consumer review instead of the individual elements of each call. Description can go to various levels of abstraction and can be seen from different angles. For example, call minutes and expenditures can be aggregated over various call periods, weeks, months, quarters, or years. In the same way, calls can be categorized in state calls, state to state calls, state to Asia, calls to Europe, etc. Such classes can be further outlined in domestic calls and foreign calls. Different combinations of abstraction levels and dimensions show various trends and patterns. The next is classification. Classification is derived from a function or model that defines the class of an object based on its attributes. As the training set, a set of objects is given. In it, each object along with its class is represented by a vector of attributes. A classification function or model is constructed by examining the relationship between the attributes and the classes of the objects within the training set. This feature or model can then be used to identify future objects. It allows us to gain a deeper understanding of the object classes in the database. For example, a classification model can be constructed from a collection of diagnosed patients that serve as a training set. This model concludes a patient's illness from his or her diagnostics results. The classification model will diagnose a new patient's illness based on data such as age, sex, weight, temperature, blood pressure, etc. And the third one is association. Association is the exploration of togetherness of the artifacts of association. This cohesion or relation is referred to as the law of association. The association rule sets out associations between objects, that is, the presence of a set of objects in a database is closely related to the presence of another set of objects. For example, in a telecommunications database, we can find a rule that call waiting is synonymous with call display, which is referred to as call waiting or for call display. It notes that if a customer subscribed to a call waiting program, he or she is also very likely to have a call show. Now another is clustering. Clustering defines classes, also referred to as clusters or groups, for a collection of objects whose classes are unknown. Objects are so clustered that interclass similarities are maximized and interclass similarities minimized. This is done on the basis of certain parameters identified by the attributes of the objects. When the cluster has been determined, the objects are labeled with their corresponding clusters. Popular features for the objects in a cluster are summarized to form a definition of the class. For example, a bank can group its clients into a variety of groups on the basis of similarities in age, income, and residence. Characteristics that customers share in a group may be used to characterize that group of customers. These clusters help the bank better understand its customers and provide more relevant products and tailored services. Now, the trend analysis. The time series data are accumulated over time. For example, company revenues, consumer credit cards purchases, and stock prices are all time series data. These data can be interpreted as time attribute objects. Objects are snapshots of inputs with values that range over time. Seeing trends and regularities in the evaluation of data over time can be interesting. One focus is the trend analysis in the detection of trends in the evolution of an entity, such as its ups and downs or its peak and valleys. A model or feature is designed to stimulate the behavior of the object in order to predict future actions. For example, we can predict 3 years income for a business based on last year's profit and the expected annual growth rate. Thank you for listening and watching, and this session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.